Test, 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 test. We have come alive. There was no sound. Ethan. Oh my gosh. Thank you for letting me know. Well, that was about 8 minutes of talking to myself. Welcome to the live stream. So, essentially what we were talking about is the fact that we're in a couple of long positions right now. Tesla, Ethereum, Solana, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Doge. The live board is up. Apple on the board for a short position. Sitting at 333, right near 52-week highs. HIMS down 12%. We're looking at a long there. Service now up 5.8% for a short. Zoom up 4% for a short. Now the crypto market's quiet outside of the trades that we're currently in. And so right now you can see we're looking for a reversal. We're hoping for a reversal right now. We got into these trades hoping for a reversal. And for those that are not already on the howtotradai.com app, go to the website, download it while it's free. This is gonna end on July 1st. So get in there now, open up your account for free, howtotradai.com. I built this platform myself, 100% myself and Claude code. Just my brain and Claude code. And it all started with an algorithm. So the signals that you see here come from our algorithm, right? The algorithm that came out of the brain of a #1 trader. Go and look at the WeX competition. I won #1 by trading the least amount and making the most. How? On 400x leverage, by the way, it was through discipline and picking my positions very specifically and being in and out of positions pretty quick, right? And that's how you trade, right? So right now we are down in the negative, but the expectation is we see a reversal. So that's what we're waiting for. I'm expecting Tesla to reverse. It's literally sitting at the 200-week moving average. Go look at Tesla right now on the chart. It's literally sitting at the 200-week moving average. I'll show it to you right now. And this is the first time it's tested the 200-week moving average in a very long time. As a matter of fact, very rarely does Tesla test the 200-week moving average. Look at that. We are literally testing the 200-week moving average. That's why we're in a long position at 20x leverage. Because if I'm gonna short something, it's gonna be a multi-trillion-dollar market cap, especially when I'm at 20x shorting. It's gonna be a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. And that's the same reason Apple's on the board for a short right now on howtotradai.com, the best AI trading platform in the world. You can see, why is it up on the board for a short? Well, if you're gonna short something, it better be a multi-trillion-dollar entity, right? Why? Because those are gonna be the least volatile, so you can actually handle the 20x leverage. That's why. And so we're currently in a Tesla long position. I like going long. I don't like personally going short on companies that I believe in for the long term. So if we're talking about Apple, Tesla, if we're talking about Bitcoin, I would prefer not to short. I would actually prefer to go long. And so when I see a day like this where the market is dumping in certain areas, right? Like if you see right here, obviously Tesla is testing its 200-week moving average. Is Tesla gonna be around 10 or 20 years from now as a company? Obviously. Not only is it gonna be around, but humanoid robots are coming next. We're gonna be seeing robots, and they're gonna be producing more robots than cars. They expect 10 times more output of robots than cars. So if you already see all of these Tesla cars out there, imagine 10 times more robots. That's what's coming next. And that's coming into 2030. And as we head into 2030, remember, crypto and Bitcoin will still hit, like Bitcoin will hit $1 million by 2030. It's going to happen. Now, here's my opinion of why we're in a bear market in the cryptocurrency world, right? Because #1, it's the 4-year cycle and we have to wait until 2030. But #2 is AI was supposed to come before crypto. We needed AI to build the infrastructure so that crypto can actually work efficiently. And so now that we have AI building the infrastructure, now crypto's actually gonna have use case. And the currency of artificial intelligence will be on the blockchain, and it will be a cryptocurrency, and it could potentially even be Bitcoin, right? As long as quantum computing cannot interfere with Bitcoin. But as we know in the past, they come together, they fork, and they create preventative measures for potential attacks. And that's the expectation for Bitcoin right now. So looking at the board, here's where we're at. Tesla long position, Ethereum long position open. Now notice how my two largest allocations are in Ethereum and Tesla right now, right? The two largest market caps on the board. And not only are the two largest market caps on the board, but they're also the least in drawdown right now. So that's a strategy. I'm teaching you guys a strategy. When you're trading, go for the highest market cap. Why? The least amount of volatility, the most stability, the least amount of manipulation. There are too many actors, too many institutional actors to care about my $124,000 position. Does that make sense? If it does, give us a thumbs up. Here in Southern California, enjoying our day. Oh, look at that. We just got our 30th sign up to howtotradeai.com. Congratulations, Ethan, for signing up. Check out the platform, Ethan. Check out the platform, bro. Glad to have you on, man. It's gonna blow your mind. Nobody knows, right? This guy just came out at Naeem, the OG Bitcoiner, just comes out of nowhere with a platform that he built himself, right? Oh, is it just another shill? Is it just another thing that he paid for and is now promoting? No, I built this myself in Claude code. This is my project. This is the AI revolution. This is my baby. This is what I'm gonna trade with for the rest of my life. This is what I'm gonna invest my time, energy, and resources into for the rest of my life to ensure that I'm creating capital returns on my money. Does that make sense? And I'm sharing that with you. And so howtotradeai.com, sign up. And if there are any bugs or feedback in the settings, you can actually report them. And so now that Ethan signed up, I've pretty much done my job for the day. I've got my KPI hit. We've got a user sign up. I'm happy. So congratulations, Ethan. And at some point, it's gonna blow up, right? I already am very confident in that. But anyways, my favorite part is that I'm the only one with a Hyperliquid integration. So I can actually trade from the app itself, which is really cool. As a matter of fact, here, I'll show you guys the app. So under stocks, once again, look at Apple, it's cranking. It's 3.54% up to the upside. Looking for potential short there. Let's check our open positions. Looks like we're getting in there. Ethereum moving little by little. So hopefully we can see this Ethereum trade follow through with this Tesla trade. I'm expecting a rip for Tesla. I don't know about you guys, but Tesla needs to rip. If Tesla doesn't rip, I'm gonna be disappointed. It's sitting at the 200-week moving average. Like, we need some big bounce there. Raid Gain says algos are quickly being blamed by prop firms. There's only like 5 or 6 left that allow it. I love that you brought this up. So check this out. And this is the beautiful part about howtotradeai.com is it's not just an algo. It's also the human element that's attached to it. You have to make the final decision. You have to make the timing of the trade. No AI or algorithm can predict that. The human element is what makes it successful. The human element is the reason I have an 80% win rate right now with 36 out of 45 trades closed. It's the human element of an algorithm that allows it to proceed and outperform every other algorithm in the market, right? Because the human element is an unknown to the algorithm and to the artificial intelligence. So the real intelligence is what you have to use when working with algos. So good one there, Raider. Glad that you mentioned that. And now let's make sure that you sign up to howtotradeai.com because I don't see you here yet, man. Get on there. You're gonna love the app. The signals come on the app as well for free members, but they are 15 minutes delayed. And that's just because your boy has to pay some bills, right? So if you want to be a premium member, feel free, you get the full app, right? You unlock the full power of the app. And so I'm expecting some of these trades to come to a positive here soon. We've got about 2 hours left until the bell closes in New York, and then we got a weekend. So come on, institutions, throw your money back into Tesla, baby. I'm waiting for your money to get back into Tesla so we can see this push green. Any other questions on the chat, or I'm gonna wrap up this live stream? I apologize that the microphone wasn't working for a big portion of it, but it's just a technical difficulty that we'll work through over time. So no big deal. All right, let's pull up our live board, see where we're at. Anything new? No. Zoom. I'd probably short Zoom. Why not? Guys, I don't think Zoom's gonna be around for too long. Let's look at the chart. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks like capitulation. It looks like it's in complete bear market territory, in desperation, despair, the valley of despair. Look at that. It's down. It's down bad. And it makes sense. AI pretty much makes Zoom obsolete. There's no reason for Zoom anymore. Because I can actually create my own platform. If I wanted to, as a matter of fact, I could take our app that we built and I could create a live feature where we can actually have our own version of Zoom, right? So I'll show that to you right now. Like if we wanted, I could have a social area here where we have our own video chat. And so like that's why Zoom is not poised to do well over the long term, because it's just software. And what does AI essentially make extremely easy to produce and create? Software, right? And that's why we were able to create this phenomenal software, howtotradeai.com, the best trading platform in the world. It's telling us to short Apple right now at 52-week highs. And the reason it's doing that, there's actually a rule in the algorithm. So I made it so that the algorithm cannot tell you to short an asset in price discovery. I believe personally that that's way too dangerous. So there are about 80 to 120 rules inside of howtotradeai.com. As you're trading, the coach will literally tell you what you're doing right or wrong. And so what I mean by that is in the app, you go to coach, you can see you have scores. So you know that you're being a disciplined trader just by checking your score. So that's one of my favorite parts about howtotradeai.com is you're literally staying disciplined forcefully. And no algorithm can predict what you're about to do. So the human element is crucial in my opinion when it comes to algorithms in today's world. So trading is going to completely change from what it used to be. Trading is not what it used to be anymore, and that's a fact. So here are our live trades open right now. I really like the fact that Tesla and Ethereum right now, you can see these are the two trades with the least drawdown, but the biggest allocation. So that was the whole point. I mean, that's kind of my trading strategy. So when I see it working out and coming to fruition, it makes me happy, right? So the expectations we see a rip to the upside coming into the close. And so far, I'm really hoping that this happens because Tesla is down at the 200-week moving average right now. If you guys don't know, once again, look at this, pretty crazy. Tesla at the 200-week moving average, sitting there. I mean, when's the last time Tesla's been at the 200-week moving average, right? It's been a while. So Tesla's gonna be a banger here. Here's my opinion of what's happening. So Tesla is about to start the robot revolution, right? So yeah, I know there's Chinese robots, there's all of these other Chinese AIs, there's a ton of Chinese stuff around. But nothing beats Frontier, nothing beats built in the USA, made in America, right? And so what's gonna happen is Tesla robots are gonna push into 2030, 2031, 2032, and Tesla's just gonna continue its run as a multi-trillion dollar company alongside SpaceX. They might eventually merge. But what's really gonna happen is beyond that, after the robots, will come nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is where things get really fun. Because now you can inject nanotechnology into your red blood cells and run faster, have a better immune system, live longer, right? So not only are we're not gonna turn into robots, but we're going to turn into superhumans. So that's what you could expect, right? So like we had like this whole shift, right? Like it was like crypto came a little bit early, and then AI, and then we realized we needed AI for crypto. So AI is gonna mature, then crypto's gonna come back around. And then by that time, robots are gonna be around. They're gonna be transacting with all of the AI, Bitcoin currency. And then from there, we go into nanotechnology. And that's kind of like the progression of what we're gonna see. And then by then, genetics, biogenetics, human genomes can be altered. And, you know, we're heading into the most interesting time in the world, and Tesla's gonna be a leader in that. So I don't mind being long Tesla right now. And on the live board, it looks like we've still got the same assets on the live board. You know, what's really interesting, something I can do is I can actually alter the algorithm's sensitivity. So I'm gonna do that right now and show you guys what this means. So I can actually drop the sensitivity, and I'll show you this. It's really interesting. I think you guys would really enjoy seeing this. So as a matter of fact, I'll show you a little sneak peek of what the algo looks like. And this is gonna blow your minds, actually. This is never before seen. So look, this is the brain of the algo. So you can see stocks are constantly going through this algo, and it's determining the size level, how much volatility has went through for every single name that goes through, right? So that is where the algo's brain lives. And on top of that, we're monitoring all of these different stocks and cryptocurrencies, right? So in that case, you can see I have this board sensitivity threshold. So right now it's at 1.0x, which is that's the flagship. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna drop it from the flagship to, you're gonna see here, I'm gonna drop this all the way down to 0.5x. So now we have more on the board. So I can actually control what we have on the board to ensure that there's always a setup. So the sensitivity is super important because it ensures that there's always a setup. Because I believe that there is always a setup. I believe that there's always a time to trade. And so as you can see from the live board, these are not bad setups right now. And every single day there's a setup. I can go live at any single time, 24/7, and there's gonna be a setup, right? And so now, if I apply this, what you're gonna see is, you're gonna see this board transform. And so right now we have Apple, HIMS, CoreWeave, ServiceNow, IBM, and Zoom as tradable, graded setups. But that's going to evolve here in just a second. As the board updates, you can see the algorithm's updating, it just applied, and then you just give it a little bit of time to refresh here, and you're gonna see that's gonna update. So I'll update you guys with that in just a second, but let's go back to our live trades. We have a Solana XRP, Bitcoin Cash, long open. Those are kind of sitting in drawdown, but Tesla and Ethereum look like they're ready to move up. So those are our biggest allocations. Let's see it move up for market close, and then we'll take it from there. Let's see what we've got there. Yeah, I agree. After the last 2 years of using and working with AI is only enhanced mathematics. Like you're alluding to, it's basically just a multiplayer for whatever you focus is. Exactly, Ethan. So you know, the beautiful thing about AI is you take what you're really good at and you have a chat with it. So when I started the Algo, it didn't start as an Algo, it didn't start as an app. I didn't have the idea of creating signals. I didn't have an idea of having an AI coach. I didn't have any of that. It started as research. It started as, hey, I don't want to research the markets every single day and spend hours doing it. Or like I used to, I hired a quant to do it, and then half the time they were wrong because of human error. They knew what they were doing, but they were wrong half the time. But they knew what they were doing. And because they knew what they were doing, they also cost a lot of money. So instead of that, I said, well, I'll just have Claude do it. So Claude went and started doing research for me every single day, pre-market research, 1 hour after the bell rings, closing market research, right? Every single day it would go through hundreds of stocks, hundreds of cryptos that I programmed it to do, and then tell me which ones were the most volatile, what news was attached to it, fundamentals, the technicals, the psychology, everything. Major levels, 200-week moving average, 100-week moving average, every single thing. And so that's how this came about. This started as a report. And then eventually I'm just like, to the AI, I'm like, hey, you know, why don't we turn this into something that's real? So notice how like now we have Tesla on the board. We have Intel on the board, right? Because I adjusted the algorithm's parameters. So this algorithm, how to trade AI, came out of desperation from a trader that's been trading for decades to not have to be behind the charts all the time and read the news, right? I wanted to just be able to enter into a trade that I knew was set up for me to win, right? And so that's what we've built, essentially. So you can see now we have Cardano and XLM on the board. I'm gonna re-engage the sensitivity back up just because I like to have the best setups, especially because we have new users signing up right now. I want you guys to have the best setups. Once again, howtotradeai.com. Go right now and sign up if you haven't already while it's free. It's not gonna be free forever. It's one of the most advanced platforms in the world for trading, and nobody even knows it yet. I literally just built it. So I'm super excited to share this with people that actually understand it and care, because you guys will be able to take advantage of it. And with that being said, let's look at our live trades. Hopefully we can see some movement here before the markets close. We got 3 on YouTube. Good to have y'all. Ethan in the house, good to have you on, bro. Check out the app, man. Go through it. Mess around with the settings. There are a lot of cool things you can do in there. You can even turn on mini games for your wait room. And so while you're waiting for stock and crypto grades and signals to come out, you can play Pac-Man, you can play Tetris. right? So I have some really cool settings in there for the app. So here are our live trades on the board. Once again, we're waiting for Tesla and Ethereum to reverse. On the live board, we've got Apple still as our #1 trade for a short position. And it's pretty much sitting at 52-week highs while Tesla's actually testing its 200-week moving average. Isn't that interesting? Apple's at 52-week highs and they haven't released anything in terms of AI. Like, when have you used your Apple iPhone for something that has to do with AI? Like, this sucks. Siri sucks. I hate using Siri. The AI, whatever intelligence, Apple intelligence does not work well whatsoever. Like, Whisperflow and Claude over Apple's intelligence any day right now, right? Like, what has Apple done in the AI revolution? Why are they hitting 52-week highs? While Tesla, it's about to just pump out robots, is sitting at its 200-week moving average. You know why? Because of market cycles. Think about it. If all that's about to happen for Tesla is positive, good news, then this is the only chance for it to actually be down on bad news, right? So when Elon Musk was doing his earnings call and he was trying to act as though things weren't going as good, don't sit there and tell me that that wasn't pre-framed and planned, right? It's like, hey, let's get our stock down to the 200 weeks so that we can kind of get, some accumulation going before this thing really runs up. And so we'll see what happens. We're expecting a market reversal coming into the close. So let's see if we get it. If not, then it's going to be just like yesterday where we gapped down and we didn't recover. That was intense yesterday. I ended up coming out break even on that Tesla long position yesterday, which didn't make me happy because after what we saw in terms of drawdown, I was like, man, this thing needs to rip. And if it doesn't, there's a problem. So we're out here, beautiful, sunny California. We got Tesla, Ethereum, Solana on the board, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and Doge. Let's get some push-ups going. It's still morning time here in Southern California. If you haven't already, howtotradeai.com. Get on there. Get your push-ups in. Stay active, stay moving. Now that AI can do all the work for you, the only thing that is left is doing your push-ups because you can't get AI to do that for you. Not even a robot. There are things in this life that you can delegate and things in life that you can't delegate. You should always focus your time on things in life that you can't delegate, things that you can't pay people for. Here are our live trades on the board. Tesla down 10%, but I'm expecting a reversal here soon. We got Ethereum on the board, the least amount of drawdown. Ethereum's looking good. I think Ethereum will pop soon. Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of sitting between the 50-day and the 100-day moving average, trying to potentially reverse. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully we see this end of day reversal as we're expecting. On the chat, let's see who we've got on chat. Raider and Ethan in the house. Beautiful. All right. Well, we might wrap up here soon and get back on once these positions flip positive because I'm confident, man. Our algo right now is running at a 90% win rate. So howtotradeai.com. If you haven't already, go sign up now while it's free. The best AI platform in the world, the best AI trading coach in the world. And so, that being said, anything new on the board? Ooh, NBIS got on the board. What, down 9.8%, Nebius? Interesting. Okay. Let's check out Nebius. What does the chart look like? Nebius. Potential little inverse head and shoulder here, actually. Probably not a bad idea to go long here. Good position. But we've got enough open. We've got enough open trades. So I've got $125,000 in allocation right now, so we don't want to mess around too much. You still doing Discord? Yeah, discord.gg/profits, but it's going through a renovation right now. Let's just put it that way. We're going through a renovation. So there's no need for Discord with this app, honestly. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to wrap up this live stream. It doesn't look like the trades are going positive just yet, but I will hold on to them. I'm not going to bail out of this. We just got to give it some time. So we'll fix the stream, make sure audio works from the start moving forward. And with that, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Snipers out.